Shane sat down with Trisha where he opened up about his health struggles and what his next project might be.
Camila Cabello was under fire this week over accusations that she's stealing from Halsey.
So Jordan Woods had these lie detector test results that came out this week and everybody thought Chloe had a message for her. Hey guys, I'm Sussan Mourad.
And I'm Emile Ennis Jr. And you know where we are. We're here on the big, comfy sofa. I know we say that every week, but this actually is real. I would sleep on this if I could.
I totally would.
Oh, slumber party with you guys invited. Oh, that voice was so annoying. Slumber party. Anyway, guys, welcome to Celebrity Lowdown.
We have so much tea to get into today. Honestly, like the tea's pretty hot.
Yeah, like it burnt my tongue a little bit when I was like,
piping hot. You guys, we're gonna jump straight into it. So this week brought up the whole Tristan Thompson and Jordan Woods cheating scandal again. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. You're over it. You don't want to hear about it. Honestly, we feel you. But it's not us bringing this up. This was like all in the news this week because Red Table Talk released some never seen before footage of Jordan Woods taking a lie detector test.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When they started teasing the promo for this, I was like, ooh, the tea.
Yeah.
So they released the video footage where the test administrator asked Jordan if she slept with Tristan, to which Jordan replied, no.
So her results came back and she was telling the truth. And then shortly after the episode aired, Chloe posted some of her infamous cryptic quotes to her Instagram stories, which we know she does that a lot. She posts a lot of quotes and phrases, but fans were convinced that these were messages directly for Jordan.
Yeah, like this one saying, liars are always ready to take oaths, and stop being so f***ing forgiving. People know exactly what the f*** they're doing, which people thought was interesting because last week she posted about forgiveness to her stories and said that she didn't hold grudges in life, and that message was also to Jordan.
Then Jordan posted this picture to her Instagram stories where she said, an apple a day keeps the haters away, or something like that, which people were convinced that was a message back to Chloe.
Right, because people think everything's a message, but she clapped right back to Baller Alert's tweet about it saying, are y'all's arms hurting from reaching? Which she also said in an Insta story, and in these Insta stories she pretty much clapped back saying that every single thing that she posts on her Instagram isn't about somebody, and she said that if she wants to address somebody directly, she will.
And I mean, I think she will too.
Yeah.
I think she will too, and I think we want to leave this all behind in 2019, move on to 2020.
New decade,
and
new
you know
me.
What? Yeah, and you know what? And she's definitely moved past it. There's definitely, this like brand new Jordan, and I feel like this might be the end of us hearing about it. We hope, anyway.
Hopefully.
So Camila Cabello this week was coming under fire over accusations that she was apparently copying Halsey with her romance merch and also her overall aesthetic and essentially stealing from Halsey's creative team.
This one's messy, guys. So as you know, last week Camila Cabello released her new album, Romance. It literally soared to the top of iTunes charts all around the world, and fans are loving it, honestly.
However, Camila has received some backlash over the album. So you might remember earlier this year, she posted some teasers and she got criticized that some people thought it was too similar to Lana Del Rey as well as Halsey's work. But now Camila is being accused of downright stealing from Halsey when it comes to her romance merch and overall aesthetic in general.
Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about this, and stick with us because it does get a little messy. So following the release of Romance, while there was a lot of people celebrating the album, there were a number of people who were coming for Camila and her team, calling them out over comparisons between both Camila's merch and Halsey's merch. Tweeting things like, Camila's merch team really just stole Halsey's merch designs as if they were nothing, with photos of Halsey's t-shirts side by side with Camila's.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Yeah.
Let's take a closer look, because when I first started to hear about this story, I was like, okay, wait, I need to see this for myself. So there appears to be more than one item people are calling Camila out on. Camila is selling a ribcage t-shirt with a heart in it, which is similar to Halsey's ribcage t-shirt with a butterfly inside it.
But Camila is also selling a stabbed heart t-shirt, which is also similar to a Halsey stabbed heart t-shirt.
And there were multiple tweets calling this out, like this person who tweeted, I'm uncomfortable with the ribcage pics side by side.
Prompting this tweet saying, are you serious? I'm done. This is not okay. Halsey has a visual designer for a reason, and he works so hard to make her merch look cool and original, and your team comes and just copies and pastes it like it's no big deal? This is so disrespectful, Camila. Do something.
Yeah, this person tweeted at Camila saying, what do you think about this? With an image of the Romance t-shirt with the heart.
Followed by, it's ridiculous, LOL, with Halsey's Hopeless Fountain Kingdom t-shirt.
And when you look at them side by side, it's really hard not to see similarities.
Yeah, sometimes when we talk about these things, it's like, oh, that's a stretch. This one wasn't really a stretch. But people then also pointed out the comparisons even beyond the merch, and they pointed out that her team also used font, tarot cards, and an aesthetic that was similar to Halsey's Hopeless Fountain Kingdom era, pointed out by this tweet that says, "This makes me so sad because Halsey worked really hard on the whole concept for HBK, and Camila is copying and stealing Halsey's ideas, like the fonts for the album cover are the same. The way Camila announced her singles with the tarot cards is the same, with these pics where you can see that font side by side."
Well, it looks like Halsey's designer, who goes by the name of Garrett, also saw Camila's merch, and let's just say he didn't hold back. He tweeted a series of tweets, first this one saying, "You're crazy for that one," with images side by side of beanies, font, and tarot cards. He then followed up with this tweet with these emojis and various side by side images, again showing a number of similarities between each of the artists' caps, heart t-shirts, flower artwork, and carousels used.
Yeah, we told you guys it was going to get a little messy, but we should add that while a lot of fans were agreeing with Garrett, there were some Camila fans pointing out the similarities with historic Catholic art, saying things like, "The heart is from Catholic art. It's been seen and done for a long, long time."
But for Garrett, it goes further than a single t-shirt. He then tweeted, "I'ma say this again. Amber Park has been stealing from my hardworking friends / designers for years. I don't play that."
So if you don't know who Amber Park is like the head of Camila's creative team, and people were going off in the comments with tweets like, "Literally sue her. Twitter drama isn't gonna do anything. We want Amber fired as well."
But it wasn't only the comments on Garrett's post. The hashtag #FireAmberParkParty was trending on Twitter because even fans of Camila could see the comparisons and believed it wasn't fair that Camila was getting dragged over Amber's mistake, and they were saying things like, "Fire Amber Park Party and the rest of her incompetent team. I'm tired of this mess and seeing Camila constantly getting screwed over by the people who are supposed to be looking out for her. I need my girl to start cutting people off."
Oof. And hashtag Fire Amber Park Party, period. I'm sick of C-Team giving her a bad rep for things that she probably isn't even aware of. They should know better.
As well as us criticizing Camila's team doesn't mean we are being bad fans. They ripped off Garrett's team and it's leaving a bad look on her. Fire Amber Park Party.
There were more tweets, guys, from Garrett too, like this one that said, "Oh yeah, they deleted this too," with the ribcage t-shirt, and he's seemingly referring to the t-shirt being deleted from Camila's merch store.
Yeah,
so,
like I went over to the website, we were having a look, and we couldn't see the t-shirt there anymore. And apparently some fans have tweeted about some other items that aren't also there anymore either. Something else that happened and surfaced on Twitter was this video, which apparently is of Amber, to which Garrett replied saying, "The life of a con artist might look fun, but it isn't." And the caption with the video said that in the video, it was actually Amber making fun of the hashtag and the fandoms being upset about her blatantly stealing other creative directors' work. It's so immature, is what the fan was saying.
So obviously that was a lot, guys, and I'm sure, we'll continue to have more details as the weeks go forward. But again, I don't think people should really be blaming Camila. I think it's more the creative team.
Of course.
But I understand why fans are upset. I understand why Garrett's upset. But we must move on because this week we have some Shane Dawson news.
We do have some Shane Dawson news. So this week, Shane Dawson sat down with old-time friend Trisha Paytas as her first guest on her podcast, The Dish with Trish, and also joined by her co-host and manager Jordan. So Trish shared these pictures saying how much she loves Shane and how much he means to her, and as well as coming on as her first guest. And the podcast is just under an hour and a half, you guys, so they covered a lot of ground and different topics, and some, a little bit more risque than others. But we did the hard work for you and listened to the whole episode to dish on some of the highlights that Shane revealed.
Oh, to dish, I see what you did there. So in particular, Shane opened up about his health and his health struggles, and specifically his issues with body dysmorphia and having to go to therapy for it.
I actually very recently have been like, okay, I actually need to I went to therapy for certain things and issues, but the biggest issue I have is body dysmorphia. And I always thought body dysmorphia is you look in the mirror and you think you're fat and that's it, right? And then as I started gaining weight, I was like, well, now I'm just getting fat. I'm not body dysmorphic. I'm just seeing the truth.
After a little laugh, Shane went on to say this.
But body dysmorphia also has a whole nother thing I didn't even know, because I never fully looked in, because once again, I get scared and triggered and oh, what am I going to find out? but literally like body dysmorphia also makes you anxious, depressed, makes you stay inside all the time, makes you hide all the time, makes you pick your skin, which like I've always had my arms and my neck just like little open wounds because I just pick because I'm always anxious. And like it was like all these things, mood swings, like all these things that like I was like, oh my God, I should get actually treated for this.
He then said that he, quote, talked about it in therapy, but the discussion always went back to bulimia. But now that he's not doing that, it isn't a problem that he suffers with anymore. He said, quote, he needs to really look into the body dysmorphia because he didn't know it was like that.
Shane also said that he thinks he will have this problem forever, to which Jordan then explained that with therapy, it can get better. But you guys, the podcast wasn't all so serious.
Yeah.
They discussed a lot of other topics, including how Shane and Trish met, their relationship, and advising Trish when she's going through some drama. And I quite like that part because you remember we did cover that when Trish was having a lot going on earlier this year, and people were like, where's Shane? And so they actually had this conversation about that Shane and her do speak, and she said, he actually tells me not to post things, and I still post them, so it was interesting to hear about that. And he also told us about when Rylan said, I love you for the very first time, so that was really sweet.
It was sweet, but there was also something else that they discussed that really pricked up our ears when listening. So Trish, towards the end of the interview, tried to get Shane to reveal what his next project might be, and it could be as soon as next year. So she said, you were talking about movies, and I wanted to ask you what your next series is. Are you going to direct movies? Are you still passionate about that? Shane then responded with this, which might surprise you.
I think right now I'm feeling the most like inspired to do that again, but like definitely not. I mean, not the way, like I want to do a movie and I really want to do a horror movie, but I think I'd want to do it different than like, I just can't imagine going back to like a movie set and like all the people and there's some politics involved. Like this person does this, and if you do this, and then this person's gonna be mad because it's like I
just do it yourself.
Yeah, I kind of want to try to do a movie in the same vein that I do the series, where it's like I'm trying to figure it out, but I definitely want to do something this year for sure.
Honestly, a horror film made by Shane Dawson. Now that is something I would love to see. I'm pretty sure you guys too.
I would love to see that, but Jordan also asked him if there are any other topics inspiring him other than horror, and Shane went on to explain his idea and thoughts further.
I mean, there is something interesting to me about like, I feel like because we've been on the internet for so long and I've seen so much of it and like how it goes and the ups and downs and the people that come and the people that go and and what it does to your brain when you're on the internet. There's something there for sure.
Honestly, this is a concept and a project I would love to see from Shane. I think he would absolutely nail it.
Yeah.
And the fact that he said this year, which he probably meant like this coming year, because hello, like the year is almost over. The fact that it can be as soon as 2020, I am very excited about.
It was just sweet to hear them like have such a genuine conversation and speak about their friendship and the bond they have. But of course, we hope that something very exciting is coming from Shane in 2020 sooner than later, but we're grateful for what we got in 2019.
Yes.
We must move on though to our fire round.
So Billie Eilish was named Variety's Hitmaker of the Year. Congrats, Billie. I tried to sneak into the party. It was a whole thing. I'm not going to get into it now. And in her acceptance speech, she addressed some of the controversy the week before, and particularly what went down on Jimmy Kimmel.
Thank you so much, Variety. Thank you for not making me look stupid like everybody else wants to do on TV. I love that.
But that's not all. On the red carpet, Variety's reporter asked her, how do you deal with Van Halen, the meat dress, people coming after you? And this was Billie's response.
People like try to frame me for being shady, and I'm not even, so I don't care.
You're just being you.
I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah.
All right, but moving on, Ariana Grande also spoke out on her lookalike page in response to a tweet asking for Ari's thoughts that included a video of Paige surprising fans as Ariana just as a prank. Ari replied with a number of tweets, including this Whitney Houston gift first, then responded, most people do. I feel like I'm living in some strange world where no one has ever heard me speak outside of that show, but it's all good. She's a fan and she is sweet. The cat laugh is indeed pretty good. To which another fan then said, okay, but I know it freaks you out sometimes. To which she responded again saying, oh, every time, forever. Doesn't mean she's not a sweetheart though.
Yeah, and Paige also later revealed in an interview with Entertainment Tonight that Ari actually slid into her DMs to say that she was flattered, she was proud of her, and she even said if you're ever at the Sweetener tour or at one of her concerts, part of the Sweetener tour, I'd love to like give you a hug or come grab a hug or something like that. So I was like, okay, so that's what we need to do to get Ari to say she had a hug for us. But I don't think I could do what Paige does.
Oh, so we just need to like figure out how to make ourselves
Be
look like
Ari and get her attention. But
we'll
that's
work on
pretty
it.
elaborate. Maybe there's some other way we can do it.
Right.
Alright, so last week we asked you guys to drop in our comments section what you were hoping for this Christmas with a gift box emoji. There were some really great responses there. And we also told you if you didn't know, that's fine. We still wanted to hear from you with a Christmas tree, and it was really fun reading all your responses.
I know, it's the holiday season, guys. But for this week, we actually have a little fun game for you. So obviously we talked about quite a few artists and celebrities in this episode. Should we keep it to artists?
Celebrities.
Anybody that we mentioned in this episode. What we want you to do for your challenge this week is in the comment section, use emojis, only emojis, to describe one of the people that we talked about. So for example, if you were describing Shane, what would you use? I'm not going to give you any hints. Or if you're describing Billie Eilish or Ariana Grande, or you get the point.
Ooh, I have some good thoughts.
I have some good ones too. But what Susan just suggested to me, right in between like our little tiny break, she said that maybe if you figure it out, you should leave a comment reply to that person if you figure out who they're talking about.
Yeah, for example, if you use something that was neon green, I gave you one clue then to say that you were talking, that was about a specific artist. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You leave a comment on that person's comment with the name, if that makes sense.
And we'll all figure it out
Yeah,
together.
we'll figure it out. We'll read some out next week.
So what is happening next week, Susan?
Ooh, there's a lot happening. Cats comes out. That's one that I'm very excited about. As well as Bombshell and Star Wars Episode 9.
Which brings us to birthdays. Of course, Taylor Swift's birthday, her 30th birthday was yesterday. But not about Taylor this week. Dolan Twins' birthday is next week. Billie Eilish turns 18. Ashley Benson, Sia, and Christina Aguilera are all celebrating birthdays. So happy birthday to you guys. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to everybody. Happy birthday to you.
And you.
And you, and you, and you.
And you. Okay, enough singing from us, but that's kind of fun. Maybe we should do a karaoke episode one day.
I mean, I have a karaoke machine at home, so I'll bring it.
Oh my god, I love a bit of Guitar Hero as well. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us this week on Celebrity Lowdown. You know how much we love doing this show with you guys every single week. So please tell your friends, come back every week, and join us here on the Big Comfy Couch.
Yes, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys. Me. You guys, before you go anywhere, catch up on last week's episode of Celebrity Lowdown. No singing in that one, and it's right over here.
And then after you're done with that, guys, make sure you click that subscribe button and click that bell because we don't want you to miss a single thing.
I did a female deer.